I know what you're gonna say. I know what you're gonna say. I know I haven't been doing anything for the last bit, but I have the excuse of this still. But look, I know that it's not looking great, but we won. Look at this way, I return on a win, and I'm gonna return now. You know, I wasn't even gonna mention, like, your absent or your exams. I was just gonna ask what you think of all the other games. Well, they were something. I did not watch a lot of them. What is up, guys? Welcome to today's video where the Minnesota Wild beat the Ottawa Senators 4-3 in regulation. Because we got saved, I think, by Eric Fair making the most amazing block in the end. Making it not needing to go to overtime, not needing to be scared again against Ottawa. We actually beat Ottawa this time. And we have won 2 in a row now. We're actually having a win streak of sorts. And before anything else, let's get the skeleton out of the closet. I haven't been uploading. I haven't been doing that for a bit because the exams has been happening. I had to read 750 pages of material to write 48 hours of an exam, which I finished yesterday, finally. So what happened was I have not watched a lot of the games. I don't know the score. I know we won a lot of them. I don't know how we won it. But let's go through. We lost against the Chicago Blackhawks 5-2. Boo, that was not good. I didn't watch that game because I was starting to study and I fell asleep during the game and I did not get back to watching it. So it felt like I can't really make a video on a game I haven't watched, or at least watched partially of. So I kind of ditched the idea of that one, thinking I could return against Winnipeg, which again I got trapped in the studies and also the recurring cycle. So I haven't watched against Winnipeg where they won 3-2. For some reason we can beat Winnipeg. And then we play Pittsburgh, which actually was a game that I watched, but I just completely lost my time towards studies. At that point it was really close to my exam and New Year's and all of that, so I didn't get to make a video of it. But I actually watched that. I felt like that was probably the game where I went oh, nothing has changed. That Winnipeg game, again, we just fluff a Winnipeg game where we win against a really good team and we just doesn't show up in the next game. And then we played against Toronto, which went extremely well, because we won 4-3, because Spurgeon is a god among men. There's a reason I have him in my intro, and he did the same today, so we are kind of cooking a little bit. I think it's a 4 wins out of 6 games. That's a good little win streak going on. Some of the things that I noticed. Spurgeon has been going back to the form where I want him at, where he is my favorite player, where I really think he's been stepping up into that kind of absence we have with Dumper out of the lineup. I think Suter has done well. I actually think the defense has done really, really well. I think Dubnyk has returned to what Dubnyk is. And I think we have gotten some offense against, which is important. I think a lot of our offense comes from Spurgeon, but we have done well. So, about the Ottawa Senators game, which I watched, we got off to a horrible start. A really, really poor first period showing. We were deservedly down 1-0 after, I think it's Duchesne that scores this one, where he just beelines past Patterner and Brodin, who looks like the guard from the Monty Python sketch. You know that sketch where he just keeps running towards the camera and the guard just looks like completely standstill and just neglects any kind of fear until he's right there and then stabs him and then it's yeah, that was this goal. And then Dubnyk decided to go on an adventure trying to poke check. I'm not gonna blame Dubnyk, but he definitely went out of his crease trying to poke check. Duchesne went around him, scored the easiest goal I think he will have in his career, at least in the shot determinant wise. I think it's a really good goal by Duchesne in terms of skating, in terms of getting open. It really looked awful, so it was completely deserved that we were down 1-0. I think we had the first 10 minutes where we were down 5-0 in shots, which was awful against the Senators. I know we're away and I know we played the Leaf 2 days earlier, but come on, man, you can play a little bit better, can't you? At least test the goalies. That's always the thing. For me, test the goalies. At least give them something to do. But we started the second period so much better. We started with so much more energy. We were so much more aggressive. And we got rewarded 2 minutes into the period when the Red Sea of Ottawa Senators defenders decided to part for Jared Spurgeon, letting him just walk in completely open, put out, I think it was Craig Anderson who was in this game. I actually don't quite know, I think it was. He just deked him out. Actually, on a side note, I actually noticed now that it was Anders Nilsson, because I still think he plays for the Canucks. He doesn't. He plays for Ottawa now. I forgot that trade happened. Later that period, we decide to forget how defending works, and we give a completely open lane to a pass from, I think it's Bobby Ryan, to Ryan the single, who just scores easily. No chance, Devin Dubnyk. At all. Like, it goes through Devin Dubnyk, sure, but he has to make the biggest side-to-side movement in the world to make that save. And then we came back, like, in a really, really good fashion. We first pass it on to Jordan Greenway, who just stands, like, in the crease and just like, hi, I have the puck now. Great save by Anders Nilsson. That was a fantastic save. Unfortunately, the rebound just ends up corralling around. Ryan Suter pulls it in under Anders Nilsson, and that is a 2-2 game. Later in the third period, we get past the wall of Anders Nilsson, who has been really good up until this game. Spurgeon puts it... Oh, I feel sorry for him. Remember what I said earlier about shots sometimes squeaking through you if they're placed well? This wasn't placed well. This was just on you, and it just slips through his right pad and goes in. As a Wild fan, I'll take it. As a Senators fan, I would be shaking in my boots about that goal, because you just signed Anders Nilsson. That is not comfort-inducing, is it? I actually think he had a really good game. That goal looks awful. On the Wild contrast, Spurgeon gets another goal. That is his 4th point or 6th point, I actually think, in 2 games. He played a fantastic game against the Leaf, and he played a great game tonight as well. That is the old Spurgeon for me. That offensive dynamo as well as really, really, really responsible defensively. Without Dumba, we needed somebody to step up to that top 2 spot. And Spurgeon was the obvious choice in that. And I think Spurgeon has done really well. And I think Spurgeon has kind of hit back into what he is. What I think he is. I actually think he has had an off year until this point. Until he's been put up back with Suter. Done really well. Taking that responsibility where he should be. He's one of our leaders. Let's be honest. Spurgeon is one of our leaders. He should be taking responsibility when things aren't going his way. He should be able to, like, fight his way back. He should be able to try stuff. He should be able to make the first goal where he just dekes it in and puts the puck in, and also make the goal where he just shoots on net. Just get the puck on net. Like, be the smart, responsible player, the veteran that I actually think he is starting to grow into. Later, that's that period, Kunin puts it on net, and Parise gets the rebound. That's a bad rebound, to be fair, but it's a good shot by Kunin. It's a smart shot. It's not going for the goal. It's going for the rebound, which ends up right at Parise's stick, perfectly for him. And that's a bad guy to leave wide open, I can tell you that. And Parise gets another one, perfectly placed Parise position, perfectly placed shot, perfectly everything on that goal. That is a textbook goal on, like, how to play a rebound smartly and kind of put the goalie in a really awkward spot. They do that, and Parise kind of starting to make a case, I think, for making that last man standing team, whatever it is called in the NHL All-Star. I think Parise definitely has a case on making it. I don't know if they will do it, but I kind of hope they put him in. I don't know if they're going to do it. I hope they do, because I actually think Zach Parise has deserved it. He has had a really good year. I've been really proud of Zach Parise throughout the last bit. I think he's been doing fantastically. Also, a little bit of shout out now to Kunin, who I think has been doing tremendously for the Minnesota Wild since being called up. And he got rewarded today. I think he has 2 assists. One on the first Spurgeon goal and one on the Parise goal. He does really well. There was another goal in this game, and it was to the Ottawa Senators. They get a great deflection by Mark Stone, and that is just fantastically done. A brilliant goal, and it's a beautiful deflection. Dubnyk has no chance. He is kind of covering. He's trying to catch it, like, once it goes wide of the net. The deflection just catches him, like, from 2 yards out, and that just goes in, no doubt, and no chance for Dubnyk on that one. Good deflection, good goal. Hey, it's happened. But that meant the game was a 1-score game, and with, I think, 2 seconds left, they have a chance at the blue line. I don't know who has the puck at that point, but somebody has the puck at the blue line, ready to shoot, gets the shot off. Eric Fair with the best block of the season. That is a brilliant block. Like, on the shin, he just goes down, no fear of his own bodies and help. he completely saves the game in that one, because I don't know if that goes in or not. There's a chance it does, and if there's a chance it does, that is a hero block by any kind of standard. Great block by Fair, great win. If you noticed before I end the video, first off, please go subscribe to Gravity. He's a fellow YouTuber on pretty much anything. He started out as a Dallas Stars YouTuber mainly, and he is a Dallas Star fan, but he has done amazingly on like streaming, on the juniors, all of that. And I kind of was on his bronze medal game. I was on, I guess, a listener or whatever you want to call it. But I got to talk to him a little bit about Danish hockey, about hockey, and I think I'm going to do a lot more with him. So please go subscribe to him. Please go follow him on the social media. Go to Discord, whatever. Second of all, I have been thinking about a few ways to kind of expand the channel now that I'm almost done with my exams, which is the hard part is done now. I will be back on videos a lot more. But one of the things I've been trying to think about is doing some more Denmark-related stuff, like especially after the juniors, where Denmark probably isn't in the best standing hockey-wise, but I kind of want to do something about the Danish hockey environment, do some videos on that. I don't know if you would be interested in that, but I want to do something on that, a little bit more expansion-wise. Thirdly, I think I'm thinking about doing as well is kind of make like kind of videos on what I like in hockey. Who do I like? Who's my favorite players? That's gonna be like more long-term projects. You do those over the course of like weeks and months of work on them. But I think I might do those as a side project to my videos here, and like have different sort of videos come out every so often. Like potentially like start off with who is my favorite player from every team, what is my whatever, stuff like that, because I want to talk more about hockey in general. I want to kind of expand this a little bit more. At the moment I've been focusing a lot on the WFRs. I want to kind of expand a little bit more into like other videos, other video ideas, more and kind of show a bit of a bigger picture than just the Minnesota Wild angle on everything. But that is it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Please click like, subscribe, follow Grav on whatever media I put in the description, and thank you very much for watching, and it's good to be back.